welcome back. I am fully aware of the fact that I look like a 12-year-old boy, so we're just going to ignore that and move on to the video. But today's video is actually going to be a foundation review, and it's on a brand new foundation that just came out. This is the Lawless Flawless Finish Makeup on Clean A... Wait, what? The Lawless Woke Up Like This foundation. Yeah. Anyways, today we're going to be trying this out, wear testing it, and giving it a good review for you guys. If any of you have watched my foundation reviews before, you do know that I do test out foundations for about 10 to 12 hours, and that is what I'm hoping to do today. I actually do have a photo shoot going on around 7 p.m. tonight, so this foundation can either do really good and I'll keep it on, or it can do terrible and I'll take it off before then and redo my makeup with a different foundation. So you guys will definitely see later on in the video whether I decide to keep it on or take it off, depending on how it's wearing throughout the day. So yeah, without further ado, if you guys are interested on learning more about this Lawless Woke Up Like This foundation and trying it out with me, then let's just go ahead and jump into it. And while you guys are watching, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Join my Frida family, and let's just go ahead and get started. Before we start with the application of this foundation, I just want to say I got the color, I think it's called Mojave or Mojave. I'm not really sure. It's M-O-J-A-V-E. I don't really know how you say that. But yeah, that was the color that I got in this foundation. So we're gonna go ahead and read through the claims before I apply anything so we can just know what we're getting into. So online, it is $46. It is 1 ounce of foundation, which is normal for every foundation. This SPF non-comedogenic skin nourishing formula won't clog pores, wears comfortably throughout the day with a weightless feel that won't fade or disappear. Man, they're confident about that one. That won't fade or disappear. Remember that. Lightweight, antioxidant rich, skin balancing oils, including a whole bunch of oils that I don't really like. Jojoba oils, grapeseed, you know. That says help plump and replenish the skin's moisture barrier for a supple, youthful appearance. Soothing, I can't read, you guys. Anti-inflammatory shea butter helps soften and repair the skin while promoting collagen production and protecting against free radical. With this formula, you can achieve medium to full coverage with a natural skin-light finish that never looks cakey or dry on the skin. So those are quite a bit of claims. So what I'm basically getting out of this foundation is that the foundation is actually good for your skin, whereas I feel like foundations typically aren't good to wear throughout the day. You know, a lot of people say they just have a lot of harmful chemicals in there, and this one just seems, it just seems to be really good for the skin. It says soothing and anti-inflammatory to help soften and repair skin, or promoting collagen. Like, all those things are really, really good, and it's normally what skincare would provide for you. So it's really cool. I feel like they're kind of promoting skincare and foundation like in one product. So that's really, really awesome. And there's also 20 shades inside of this foundation range, so I think that's pretty good. They could do a little bit better with that, but 20 shades is pretty good. So now we're just gonna go ahead and prime the skin. I'm using the primer that I'm most familiar with my skin because I know how it works. I have very dry and dehydrated skin, so this is just a really good primer. This is a First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer. I know exactly how it works with all of my foundations, so I can definitely test and compare to how it'll work with this foundation. So I'm just taking a little bit and rubbing it into my skin to give myself an even base. For application, I have my favorite Morphe sponge, and then I have my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush, which is my favorite foundation brush. So I'm going to try both of these out. I think I'm gonna try the brush on this side, sponge on this side. It says shake well, so I'm gonna shake the shit out of that. Man, these tatas are bouncing. Anyways, like I said, I got the shade Mojave. I don't even know how to say that. I feel so stupid saying that, but yeah, you guys get the point. M-O-J-A-V-E. And I'm just taking 1 pump and placing it all over this side just to see how much. And you guys can see the foundation is a lot tanner just because I am self-tanned, but my face is not self-tanned. So that is 1 pump. We're gonna see how that does with the brush. Whoa, this is pretty thick. Oh, wow. That's like really thick. But it smells so good. Oh, wow, that smells really, really good. It doesn't smell like paint. It doesn't smell unnatural. Like, it smells healthy, if that makes sense. Like, it smells really fruity, almost, in a way. Wow, that is like really thick. That's actually kind of difficult to to blend out. That's what one layer looks like so far. I'm gonna zoom you in. This is what the first layer looks like, and I do think that it looks pretty good on this skin. I can still see a little bit of redness peeking through right here on my cheek and my skin peeking through, but it is meant to be, you know, skin-like and not super cakey, so that's really nice because I think it really does look natural on the skin. So I'm gonna do one more pump on this side because I do like really full coverage. That's definitely still tacky, so it's not one of those foundations that sets. So I'm gonna try and do like half a pump on. Okay, I'm gonna do half a pump and see. Yikes, I don't think I like this foundation with a brush at all. I think it's really, really hard to blend this out with the brush, to be honest. So this is with the second layer, and like I said, you guys can still see the dewiness peeking through. It's not super matte like it's sucking the life out of you. I think it does look very healthy on the skin, but I will say with the brush right now, it does look a little cakey, like especially right here and near my nose. I'm gonna zoom you in. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about right here and near my mouth and my nose area. I just feel like it looks super cakey, but we're gonna try the sponge on the other side. I just wanna mention to you guys, look what happened to my hand when I was self-tanning the other day. I don't like to self-tan my hands because I did one time and it was awful. That's why I always have pale hands. It's so stupid, but I'm a hairstylist and my hands are always in the water anyways, but look at that. Anyways, back to the foundation. I'm gonna take one pump on, guys, this is thick. I would have thought that this foundation would have been a little bit thinner because of everything that it claimed with like the oils and it being good for your skin and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna take my sponge. I zoomed you guys in so you could see a little bit better, but this is the side with the beauty sponge, and I think it looks a lot more natural. It gave me like a little bit more coverage than the first pump did on this side, and I actually do really like the coverage of this side. I'm not really liking this side right here, so I'm gonna try and just dab it with my sponge just to see if I can get some like excess out of it. Can y'all hear how hard I'm hitting my face with this? Ooh, girl, calm down. I will say though, this foundation so far feels really good on my skin. It doesn't feel cakey, it's just this side looks a little bit cakier from the brush, but this side looks really natural and it feels really lightweight like it said it would, so that is one claim that I can say is definitely true. This side looks pretty full coverage, but I did use a sponge and it looks a lot more natural. So I would just say because of how thick this foundation is, it'll probably get cakey really easily if you do try and use any foundation brush. So I would recommend, and this one's only like $7 from Ulta. So go ahead and get this one. It's my favorite one if you guys don't want to spend the money on a beauty blender. I think this foundation so far looks beautiful with that sponge. So with that being said, I am now going to put on the rest of my makeup. I'm going to actually test out the concealer on camera for you guys just to see together kind of what it blends out like, but I'm just using Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay, and I also do use a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape for my eyeshadow base primer, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some of that on there and a dot for extra coverage because I got some big old bags underneath my eyes. So I think the foundation so far looks really, really beautiful. The concealer, it definitely blended out really well. So that is a plus because those are my everyday concealers. So I'm happy about that. But now I'm just going to do the rest of my face and then I'll be right back so that way you guys can see the finished result and I can check in with you guys before I actually do the rest of my check-ins. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish and then I'll be right back to show you guys what everything looks like all together. So I finished putting on the rest of my makeup and this is what the foundation looks like now that everything is layered on top of it. As of right now, I really do like the finish of the foundation. Everything layered on top of it beautifully. I think it looks flawless on my skin. The only thing that I don't like is the side with the brush. I typically don't like using a brush, but if I do, that's the brush that I go for, so I can trust that brush. And I still don't like the way that the foundation layered with two different pumps. I still feel like it looks really cakey and the first layer just wasn't enough coverage for me. So not really sure what to say about that side, but the sponge side looks absolutely amazing. So I think I'm just gonna continue. If I do end up liking this foundation, I'm just gonna only use a sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and go throughout my day, and then I'll be back to check in just a couple hours and give you guys another update. Okay, so I'm back and it is about 4 o'clock. I did change my outfit just because I did go run some errands. It is currently like 95 degrees in Charlotte, North Carolina, so it's been a very hot and sweaty day. Let me just go ahead and say that. So I guess it's been about 5 hours, and the only place that I can see that is really just not looking good is my forehead. I'm gonna actually zoom you guys in so I can explain it a little bit better. So I don't know if you guys can see, but right here on my forehead, it is transferring quite a bit, and then right here as well on my forehead, it's not really on there as evenly as it was previously. And then right here on my nose, it did get a little bit more cakey and dried up. So like I said, the only two areas I'm having issues with is my forehead and then right here on my nose, which I was having problems before that, even like right when I said it, I was having issues, but my forehead, I wasn't having issues with it before, and now it just looks kind of patchy, so that's the only thing that's bothering me. But I will check in with you guys before my photo shoot so we can kind of see where we're at and see if I need to do any touch-ups or anything like that. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in just a couple more hours. I'm changing into like 10 different outfits today, so just ignore that. I'm just going to my photo shoot, but I'm getting ready just in this t-shirt. I do want to quickly say I have to touch up this foundation just because the forehead looks really, really terrible. I'm zooming you guys in so you can see just how like splotchy, oh my god, my eyebrows look terrible, but look how splotchy that foundation looks up there. And I will also say I have dry skin, and I think this foundation looks very, very luminous compared to a lot of other foundations that I wear. And I feel like if you had oily skin with this foundation, it just wouldn't work because it's like borderline almost oily on me. I'm also zooming you guys in so you guys can see just how much has like come off around here. Not to bring you close to my nose, but like a lot has come off right here, and my chin area has come off too, and I wish I could just go ahead and take this off, but I don't have time, so I'm just gonna touch it up and just get over it. Maybe I'll come back for a check-in after that, maybe not, and if I don't, then this might be the end of the video. 6:30, so it's been like 7.5 hours, and it's not really that long for like an expensive foundation.